Now this is our second load of clothes in this machine. Day 2 of owning this machine. Well, actually day 1. Because the machine is empty. So basically, this is cold water. The cold water was already turned on. So it's on normal eco, but we want heavy duty. Now, we would want deep fill for this load. How large is this load?
Just a second, I'm getting
Yeah. Alright, so our load's coming.
Okay, so
It depends on how it was loaded. So what cycle selection?
I don't know.
So I'm going to actually...
Wait a minute. Open it, because I have to check pockets. I forgot to do that.
It does say that in the owner's manual.
Mm-hmm.
On the older model of this machine, since they discontinued multiple models of these, it used to have like an entire instructions manual, but they don't have it anymore for this one. So they don't even have it for the commercial one either for apartments.
Oh, really?
Because when I was in North Carolina, they didn't even have any of the instructions for operation up here. So you would have to look at the owner's manual to find that.
I don't think there's anything in this pocket. Nope.
And then the bleach dispenser's on the left-hand side.
I don't need bleach.
Not for the clothes, but like for anything that needs to be bleached except for like colored clothes, you know, like for example whites.
So I have to do the soap before
any function is operated. Otherwise, you know.
See, that's why I'm thinking I may have to break down and get the pods. I don't like pods, but it's easier.
It's gonna be better for this machine.
Yeah.
And then it has this tub ring that literally extends to the top of the frame. So we're adding the load in.
This gets in a bag.
It depends on how large it is, so we're gonna see. So this is apparently a large load of clothes. But when it has if this was a very heavy load,
I've got a heavy load of towels coming after this. Okay.
Those are just nets, a bunch of nets. See, here's the dryer again. And I can't believe the end of cycle signal. I expected this to be like a piezo buzzer, but this is a actual 120 volt buzzer, so it has like that frequency.
Well, I'll tell you what, that extended dry was on last night.
What happened?
And it dried and dried and dried, and I finally came and got the stuff out.
So
okay, so now I put the soap in right before I do anything else. Right?
The soap would have been put in the drum before you did the clothes, but that's okay. So you put your soap in, so
okay,
depends for your all right, this we're gonna have to turn on a deep fill.
Well, wait a minute. So
but I'm gonna have to show
where's
you.
Where's the cup?
Oh, there it is.
Right.
Yeah, the dryer's got a little detergent, so you're gonna have to clean it off.
So see, I gotta
get more detergent.
Thank you.
All right, this thing, it's like it just consumes pressure when it's closed.
Okay, now
so
what I'm gonna do
is just
I'll pour it in there.
Pour it in a corner. Yeah, because the water is gonna like spray from here, so there's like the water faucet's right there.
Then I'll just use a sock and clean it out.
Because the door switch cannot be bypassed. It's literally over here, but you know, it's right underneath here, but you know, it cannot be bypassed. So
okay.
People say that this has an invisible lid switch, but
it's not really.
It's not visible.
Okay.
It's just a hinge operated switch. So
okay,
this
now
hinge,
what? So
yeah,
now
close.
I close it.
You
So
select
then I select,
any options you want for this.
I want it to be the water temperature to be cool. I
Cool.
want
Options, any options.
no options. I do want the deep fill.
Because this is a large load, and then start.
And then start.
Oh. These are not touch buttons. These are touch sensitive buttons.
So what do I do?
There it goes. That's how it's supposed to work.
Oh, it would.
And once it's, you can change the cycles at this time, but you can't change them any other time.
Well, I don't want it on heavy.
So which one?
It just needs to be on regular permanent press, I guess. Here.
Okay. Why we have so... Oh, I see. So apparently it is filling.
Well, see, I want to wash the blanket off of my bed.
Like
that I would do
on low agitation.
On the bulky, right?
So that's low agitation, continuous low agitation.
Okay.
There might be a high speed on the rinse cycle, but it depends. But now this is almost going to be finished filling, so the agitator is going to come on and this thing is going to wash. But yeah.
You turn your check in today?
Yep, got it to Mr. Bond.
Okay, so you are good to go.
Well, she forgot a check number, but she found out it was okay. She forgot the check number for the check. She was just afraid they weren't going to accept it. So I had to leave, and it was 7:45 by the time I did this. And we would have wrote the check way earlier when we got up at 5:30 in the morning. But we didn't know.
Yeah.
We absolutely forgot. Like, we completely forgot.
It's okay.
See, it's almost filled up to the top. Look at this water level. Come over here. I'm going to close this soon.
Okay.
See that?
Mm-hmm.
Then it's delayed, so it's fine. If the machine delays when it's open, it's not broken. So this is just a microcontroller. It takes a while to receive that. This is connected to a command, so if that command is disabled, it will immediately shut off when it's open, but when it's closed, it's delayed. And then this is cold water, which is a little bit of the hot water is running into this. So this is a hot water pipe, and I could feel the hot water running.
You know, he said it was.
It's starting.
He turned it off. How was it turned off? He had to really finagle with those. He said they need to be replaced.
We're gonna let it agitate. So yeah, because they're leaking continuously. You see that water? Like, let me turn on the light. See, look at that water right there. See that water?
So I need to call.
This needs to be replaced. The water to either the entire house, or if they have an extra valve, this part of the house has to be shut off in the basement.
Okay.
I don't know where it is, but I'm not even gonna bother looking for it. They'll look for it themselves.
Well, no, I'm gonna have Kurt come and replace those. So,
unless if there's a shut-off valve, because there were some shut-off valve boxes in the ceiling for a bathroom. If there was one installed, this would have been much easier.
In the furnace.
So.
And you gotta do the right one. Because,
yeah.
There's where the meter comes in. There is.
That shuts off other houses.
That shuts off everybody in the whole place. All 4 units. So there's one up in the ceiling. That's just for my house.
So that one is the main one. That is never, ever supposed to be touched unless if you have authorization, if you need to fix something either by yourself or with a qualified technician.
Right.
Or just them by themselves fixing it.
But you think I should get Kurt to replace those valves?
These valves need to be replaced.
Okay.
But other than that, this thing works. The water is not so hot because it's not like steaming heavily because...
Yeah, because the other day it was just hot water and then it wouldn't run for the rinse
Yeah,
cycle.
and that was not supposed to happen. Like, you think there was something wrong with this, but there's nothing wrong with this. And this switch needs to be replaced because it keeps bouncing back down. You know, it's very quiet during agitation. Like, on a large load, that is a good water level.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a nice water level. But if it's delayed like that, there's nothing wrong with the machine.
Okay.
So yeah, we just need to do a little bit more research on the owner's manual. But for your bed sheets, this is the delicate cycle with continuous agitation. But if you're doing any hand wash items, which you don't really have in the house, this would be for you.
Okay. Well,
All right, so summary. This is day 1. Well, it's our second day of using this, so this is our second load in this machine. There will be a third load off video, which I'm not going to get because I'm not going to be here. So there will be a third load done off video, but this thing, it did shrink some clothes. So yeah, we did have problems with clothes getting shrinked. So some of the problems we had. So apparently, I'm gonna get a flashlight to slightly view into this thing because I'm not going to bypass the door switch. That's not an option because first of all, this thing is new and we don't want anybody getting hurt. So apparently, we're just gonna go ahead and like view into the machine a little bit of what it's doing. You can see the agitator. Not really, but if I get this. Alright, flashlight in. You'll be able to see it. But yeah, it's doing a good job. This machine is just nice. So this is Queen TC5 DC5 and I looked up the bulky cycle. A lot of people did videos on it because they own this machine and they did videos on it because they felt like it. And it's a very delicate agitation sensation apparently, so you don't expect it to be like a high agitation because that's not what it is. Just gonna view into the machine a little bit. Look at that. See, oh, it's draining. It did not do the spray rinse yesterday because we did a heavy duty for that other load. We did a medium load of work clothes without deep fill, and it filled up significantly. So it was successful. It was a successful load. Alright guys, I thought when I slightly cracked the lid while the lid switch was closed circuit, I thought that I did something, but apparently it just started draining on me. So this is it's draining right now, and it didn't even take more than 5 to 10 minutes possibly for this thing to wash up the clothes. So it's got a very short cycle. This thing might take roughly like 40 minutes or so to operate. Oh, what? There's water still in the machine that is dirty, and it literally, there's water that is still in the machine dirty. So what it does is when it does a spray rinse, there's water in the tub, and it does a spray rinse while there's water in the tub. I just noticed that. There's some things that might not be usual on this machine, so I want you to know that that's fine.
okay.
See, the water's coming in, and it's still draining, and the water is coming in, and it's gonna spray rinse. But the water's not coming in now. But, alright, so, anyways, it's the machine doing what it's supposed to. So, you know, this thing's got nice controls. Now we're gonna open up the door and see the braking gauge, so we're gonna engage the brake by opening the door. When you open the door on any and all functions, it's going to stop, and it started filling. So let me demonstrate. I did demonstrate this once to my grandma, but I want her to know that she has to put any detergent in before she could completely turn the whole machine on. Otherwise, it will not operate with any functions. As you can see. Oh, wow, they didn't add the flour on the older model. They just have the fill line, unless if they did, but it wasn't visible. But all they had is just a fill line thing. But, yeah. See? Filling up with water. Yeah, you can see the water down there. It's not intaking any. It's intaking mostly like cold water. It's a cold water rinse. We're gonna leave this door open So yeah, it's on its rinse cycle, and the rinse does not take an insanely long time to do. It's like, you know, I'm surprised that this thing has the shortest agitation cycle ever. Alright, so it's still filling with water. We kind of see it, but yeah. See, there's water filling in here. So if we just go ahead and do the lid switch, you can hear that thing does that. Like, let me show you. See, it fills with water, so that the clothes get sprayed from here. But the water is really coming from the center of the machine, so yeah. I put my hand down in that door switch right there. And you know, the tub will lean to the side, like to this corner, while it's washing. And you know, I didn't see the tub index a lot when it was agitating, so I want to see that if it ever happens. The water really sprays from the sensor, as you can see. So there's the water. We're gonna let it fill, and I'll come back once it's almost finished. Alright, it's gonna start. So what was supposed to do? Fill up, almost up there. The tub is not indexing a lot. I can't determine. Depends. The tub is not indexing so much. Oh yeah, it's indexing a little bit. I could see it. It's indexing counterclockwise only a little bit because there's not so much a heavy load in there. See, look at it. Notice its slight index. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not going to do anything. See, the tub is indexing. It's indexing a little bit, but it's not indexing a lot. So that's the thing. If the tub was indexing a lot, it would be spinning almost continuously. All the water in the clothes would be spinning continuously. And then here are the screws that it uses. This is also hinge operated door switch. So, yeah. Yeah. Machine's doing good. So far, so good. I gotta wipe off a little bit of the dryer, so let me go wipe that off a little bit because it did get detergent on. Man, I accidentally got detergent on it. I'm gonna wipe it off just so it looks precise. See, there's a little bit of dust on it, but not too much because it didn't gain that much dust there. It got wet. See, it does have the little tapping sound when it's agitating, but can't see it agitate much. I think we did that. Oh, drain cycle again. See, it spins forward when it's draining and spinning.